hate every time my fucking car goes on a lift.
Do it again.
So we're gonna look at that later.
Good morning, everybody. Oh. All right, guys, how's it going? Jeepopolis here. Ryan's back in the garage. We have a video series for you guys actually this time. So after a lot of accumulation of parts and doing some small videos here and there and a couple Zuby videos and a couple jet ski videos and a bunch of other stuff, I finally have the rear end to put together. So we got the lights in, the tire carrier, the actual tire carrier in, not the sketchy thing that I've been using because I have to, and the bumper. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna unbox the bumper real fast because everything else is at powder coat, and we're gonna start because I have to do this before New Jersey, and the powder coat stuff is supposed to be done today, and it's not, and it's getting to the point where it's gonna be crunch time, and I'm gonna have like a day before we leave for New Jersey to start it and finish the tire carrier and get all that stuff buttoned up, which realistically it shouldn't take long, but then something always goes wrong. It's gonna be a thing, it's gonna be a process, it'll work out, I hope. Anyways, here comes the video.
I don't have a deeper dive case that I've seen yet.
Man, they really did change the powder coat. Got it. All right, guys, if you have the plastic rear bumper like I have, for the JCR bumper, you will need to get the OEM sensor bezels for the steel bumper group, and it's like 12 bucks for 4 of them. You just need 4, that's it. And then I also picked up a set of rigid Radiance pod lights. I was gonna do Baja Designs like the front, and then I saw the price point of these guys, and this is the most affordable rigid product I had ever seen. A pair of them is 150 bucks, so I wanted to try it out for that price point. Why the heck not? So we're gonna see how it does. I'm gonna try and wire it so that way there's a red backlight here, so that the red backlight comes on with my running lights, and then the white light is a reverse light. So we're gonna see if we can do it. All right, step 1, we're gonna be taking out this bolt and removing this plastic flap thing that does all of nothing but rub your tires when you're at full flex. There's 2 bolts, I'm stupid. It's an 8mm, okay?
And there's 3.
Do the same on the other side. Next, we have 4 16mm bolts here, 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 and here. We're gonna take that off and just gonna remove this support bracket. Come on. Do math. I want you all to know there's a lot of dirt falling in my face right now. Do that on the other side. All right, guys, so next we have to take this wiring harness off. It should just slide out. Or there's a Christmas tree in the back. I'm probably about to just take this thing off. Screw it. That's what pliers are for. Oh.
Is this the mystery box video? This is the mystery box.
This is the mystery box video. All right, that's unplugged. Alright, so now we're going to remove the bumper. We have, if you have a tow hook for a Rubicon, you have 2 in the bottom, 2 on the side, and then on the passenger side, you're just going to have 2 on the side. If you don't have a tow hook, you're just going to have the 2 on the side. This is really black for my exhaust. Hi guys. It's supposed to be an 18 mil, but it doesn't look like it is. So we're going to guess 20.
Ooh, 21.
Break a bar, please. So these bolts are really tight. I'll tell you that right now. The breaker bar is live. That took a lot of ab muscle. Bumper too. Gee, is this H?
God damn it, Jeep.
Why?
Holy fuck. Big boy.
And do the same on the other side. And if anyone wants a red tow hook, let me know. Alright, so next we have to remove this bracket. It's on both sides. You have to use a box wrench for it. You could probably use a deep ball socket as well now that I'm looking at it. It's a 16, I have a 17. It looks like it's going to work because they're not tight, so we're going to roll with the punches. And looking at it, a deep ball might work for this bottom one. It is not working for the top one. Oh, good lordy. Hey, ask me how my exhaust looks and how much I care about it.
Look how much you care about it.
I really don't care how it looks. Does it make noise? Yep. Is there a hole in it? Nope. Alright, cool. I don't. This is the next bolt you have to remove. It's a cross-member bolt. There's 2 of them, and it's a 10 mil if you have a plastic bumper. If you have a metal bumper, it's a 16 mil, and it's way more obvious. And there's 1 on each side.
Ow. Fuck.
Alright, now we can go ahead and remove our rear bumper. Harder we go. Alright, the JCR bumper comes with sensors. To get to the wiring and the sensors, we've started taking this bumper apart. So you're going to need a 7 mil and something to do with that. So I have a pneumatic ratchet. So we're going with it. There was like 15 million freaking Christmas tree clips here. Why did you need 3 in that close proximity? I don't understand it. Extract wiring harness.
Now how to extract vacuum sensors.
Oh. Okay guys, so pry back this exterior shell here and you can get your sensor out. I'm putting that back the way it was. That way I know the way it was, because I don't want to mess with these sensors. Like, we're gonna do this in a way where it's a 1-to-1 swap, exactly how the sensors go, so I don't fuck it up. Alright, so now we're gonna put the bezels we ordered from Mopar in, and there's some notches in the bumper that relate to the notches in the bezel. You want the thicker part going outside. The easiest way to do it. I don't understand why, but I'm not an engineer. To get it to sit flush, give it a good push, and when that doesn't work, we use rubber mallet. Alright, so we're going driver to driver, passenger to passenger. To get these guys in flush, I had to take a little screwdriver and kind of poke at it to get it in, and then hit it with a hammer. I messed one up pretty good. Don't just hit it with the hammer right away, because it's then plastic. So there's a slightly larger side here. That's where the sensor connector is going to go. So we're going to push this guy in. And just push this thing out. Push them in. And then push these together. Alright, once your sensors are installed, we're going to go put our harness back. This big connector goes on the driver's side, so remember that way you don't mess it up and take it in the hard ass. Anywho, so that, all these little sensors go in. Leave it loose for now. That way you can find a way to weight yourself and wire it and clean it up after. But leave it loose for now. Yay! We finally get to put the bumper on. Alright, so if you have the Rubicon bumper and you have the red tow hook, or a tow hook in general, you only need one of these. They give you two, and they give you hardware for two. You only need one if you have a tow hook. Only use the hardware they gave you on these little brackets, and it sits right inside of your rear frame rails, like so, over the holes. Now we're gonna go and install our rear bumper, and before that, I'm gonna clean up this area because I actually have access to it right now. So, meet you in a second. Alright, now it's time to put our bumper on. Make sure you don't crush any wires, and we have to kind of go at it at a scoopy angle to get past the receiver. Alright, so if you have the factory tow hook, again, you're using fine thread. It's got a 10.9 or an 8.8 on the head. It's a larger nut or bolt. And all the factory stuff is going to use the fine thread. So that's going to go in. That doesn't fit. Why don't you fit? They give me the wrong hardware. Okay, it fits in the bottom.
It might just
Loosely thread everything up, guys. And play with fitment later, because there's a good bit of adjustment here. Probably should have done the top one first. Okay guys, so we're gonna leave this relatively loose. That way we can adjust the bumper. And now we're gonna start the other side. Alright guys, so the bottom here, we're gonna use the JCR nut plate. And it's gonna be really difficult, and we're gonna be careful. We're using our coarse thread with a washer. And the first couple threads, we're gonna be really gentle with it, just to make sure we don't misalign it. I feel like I got a bite there. And so I get a bite here. I'm gonna use my knee, or my hands, bring the bumper up, and we're gonna tighten this more. Alright, and with those semi tightened up a little bit, we still got some play there, but now it's getting supported by the bolts off the hitch. We're gonna get these side ones in, and that's the same as the other side, fine thread, and I'm not gonna record that because it's gonna take a second to get it. But we want to leave this loose, that way we can adjust the bumper where it's at and how far away it is from the body. I said record, monkey! Alright, now we're tightening these bolts. The ones that use the fine thread are 22, and I forget what these ones are, we're going to get back to you on that one. But everything's a 22, except for 2 bolts. Just snug it up for now. Stand by one, I'm gonna find out what these are. Alright, so this is a 19mm for us. JCR says they use a 1/2 inch. So, whatever works. It's a bolt, it's a size, and it has to get tightened. Send it. These get tightened to 45 foot-pounds. These get tightened to 65 foot-pounds. Other side. The other side is all a 22 millimeter, unless you don't have a factory tilt hook. 45 foot-pounds.
Oh, come on. Damn.
The rest are set to 65.
Already very close. There it is.
Oh, come on, almost there. I'm sweating.
A lot.
Alright guys, that's it for the first video of this series. It's the rear bumper. Not much more else to say about it. I apologize for the crappy audio in some of the clips. I really don't know what happened. I had to change a battery and then that's what came up of it. And all that being said, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that typical YouTube jazz. And being that tomorrow is July 4th, Diode Dynamics is running a deal, 20% off, promo code July4. I'll have the link in the description so you can get these things that I put on my Jeep for 20% off. That's like 15 bucks off or something like that. They're 80 bucks. They have smoked, clear, and amber. Check them out if you want them. 20% off. You can't really go wrong with that deal. Alright, with that being said, I'll see you guys next time. Hopefully within a week I'll have the next video up in this series. Maybe a little sooner. I don't know. I'm having more time off of work now, so it's getting a lot better. I've been super busy lately, so that's why it's been one video a week. I have a ton of stuff I need to edit, so I'll get it out to you guys as soon as possible, and I'll see you next time.